All right, if you're a single dad, you already know. Life is basically a masterclass in juggling. So today, we're going to break down one of the toughest acts of all, rebuilding your social life. Let's get right into it.
Does this question kinda hit home? It's one of the most common feelings for single fathers out there. You're doing it all, and the whole idea of me time can feel like, well, like a distant memory, or even a luxury you just can't afford. And look, that is totally understandable. Between your job, the kids, and everything else on your plate, your own needs just naturally slide to the bottom of the list. But, and this is so important, connection isn't a luxury. It's absolutely vital for your well-being, and that has a direct impact on how you show up as a dad. So let's reframe this whole thing. We're not just talking about going out. We're talking about why that human connection is essential fuel for being the best dad, and honestly, the best version of yourself that you can possibly be.
So, do any of these sound familiar? I'm guessing they do. This is the reality for so many single dads. The crazy lack of time, that powerful feeling of guilt, and just the sheer overwhelm of starting over. Just seeing these hurdles laid out like this is a huge first step. It's about recognizing that you are so not alone in this.
This quote, it just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the mindset shift we need to make. Taking time for yourself isn't taking something away from your kids. It's about refueling so you have more patience, more energy, and more joy to give them. It's not selfish, it is essential.
Okay, so with that new mindset locked in, where do we actually begin? Well, the first actionable step is to simply figure out your starting point, and this is key without any judgment.
I mean, you wouldn't just jump in the car for a cross-country trip without at least looking at a map, right? It's the exact same idea here. Before you can figure out where you want to go, you need a clear, honest picture of where you are right now. It's time for a quick social inventory.
And just look at how simple this is. This isn't some deep, complicated psychological dive. It's just a list. Who do you talk to? Who gives you energy? Who do you kind of wish you saw more of? Seriously, this one little exercise can tell you so much about your current support system.
Okay, so you've got your starting point. Now we can actually start to chart a course forward. This isn't about just wishing you had a better social life. It's about getting really clear on what that actually looks like for you.
And the real key here is to stop wishing and start planning. That's where this SMART framework comes in. It's a fantastic tool for turning a fuzzy idea into a real, actionable plan that you can actually track.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. See the difference? I should see friends more. That's just a wish. It has no teeth. But reach out to 2 friends this week. Now that's a clear, measurable action. This is how you build real momentum, one small, specific step at a time.
All right, so you've taken stock of where you are, you've set some actual concrete goals. Now for the really practical part, building the action plan to make it all happen.
Think of it like a 3-part strategy. First, look back. What did you used to love to do before you were a dad? Was it a sport, playing guitar? Then, look forward. Trying something totally new is one of the fastest ways to meet people who are into the same stuff. And third, be really intentional about your network. Sometimes, the best support you can get is from other parents who just get it.
And here's a simple truth, and it might be one of the biggest takeaways today. What gets scheduled gets done. If it's not in your calendar, it just doesn't exist. Your personal time deserves a protected spot on that calendar, just like any other important appointment. It's not a nice to have, it's a necessity.
Take a look at this. It's all about being intentional. You've got to find those little pockets of time, even if it's just 30 minutes, and physically block them out. Circle them, make them non-negotiable. That simple act of writing it down holds you accountable to yourself, and trust me, it dramatically increases the chance it'll actually happen.
So we've talked about all the practical stuff, the how-to. But let's be honest, often the biggest wall you have to climb isn't your schedule, it's that voice inside your own head. Let's tackle the biggest obstacle of all, guilt.
This right here, this is the internal battle, isn't it? On the left, you've got that guilt trap, but on the right, you've got the truth. When your child sees you valuing your own well-being, you're not being selfish. You are teaching them a powerful lesson about self-worth and balance that's going to serve them for their entire lives.
So, how do you win that inner game? Here are 4 real, tangible tools you can use. First, affirm your intentions. Remind yourself this is good for you and your kid. Second, start super small. A 30-minute coffee is a win. Third, flip the script. That guilt, it's just a sign that you're a really caring dad. And finally, talk to your kids about it.
in a way they can understand. It helps normalize self-care for everyone.
And this quote, it just says it all, perfectly. It's not about choosing yourself over your children. It's not me first. It's me too. It's about including yourself in that circle of care.
So let's bring this all home with one final question. Forget the big picture for a second. Forget the 5-year plan. Based on everything we've talked about, what is one small, simple step you can take this week to build a connection? Maybe it's a text to an old friend, a 5-minute chat with a neighbor. Progress is just a bunch of small, consistent efforts. Just start with one.